All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something pretty fascinating, an article that connects the dots between what's going on in your gut and how well you actually age. So, let's just jump right in with the big question. And you know what? The latest science is starting to give a surprisingly strong answer, and that answer is yes. It turns out what's happening inside our digestive systems has these huge ripple effects on our entire bodies, especially as we get older.
Okay, to really get this, we first need to talk about your microbiome. Now, don't just think of it as a bunch of bacteria. Picture it more like a complex living garden inside of you. And like any garden, you're the one tending to it. You can either help a really vibrant, diverse ecosystem grow, or, well, you can let the weeds take over.
So how exactly does this internal garden, this ecosystem, actually influence the aging process? Let's break down the science here, because the connection is way more direct than you might think. We're about to look at the main ways your gut can either speed up the clock or help you slow it down.
The first big idea here is a term called inflammaging. It's exactly what it sounds like, a mix of inflammation and aging. Think of it like this low-grade, constant fire simmering in your body. An out-of-balance gut can actually leak these inflammatory signals into your system, basically fanning those flames and speeding up damage to your tissues over time.
And what's really wild is that it's not just one thing. A struggling gut can impact your whole body in a bunch of different ways. You've got leaky gut, where the gut lining gets compromised and lets those inflammatory signals out. The wrong microbes can produce nasty compounds. And it doesn't stop there. It can mess with your immune system and even your brain through something called the gut-brain axis. That's a direct communication line, and it can affect everything from your mood to your memory.
This chart just lays it all out, crystal clear. On one side, you have a healthy gut. That means lots of different kinds of microbes, a strong gut wall, and plenty of helpful compounds like butyrate that keep everything running smoothly. On the other side, low diversity, a leaky barrier, and that chronic simmering inflammation we were just talking about. It's a pretty stark difference.
Okay, that might sound a little serious, but here's the good news, the really good news. This isn't just a problem, it's a huge opportunity. Because you have a ton of control over this system, and it all starts with what you put on your plate.
The source material really boils it down to these 4 incredibly practical ideas. Think of them as the pillars for your gut health strategy. It's not about some crazy restrictive diet. It's really about what you can add in. More diverse fiber, fermented foods like yogurt, lots of colorful foods packed with polyphenols, which are basically super fuel for your good bacteria. And at the same time, just dialing back on the ultra-processed stuff.
And if you want it even simpler, here you go. This is your cheat sheet. Look at the powerful swaps you can make. It's about adding in more veggies, berries, nuts, and hey, even green tea and dark chocolate make the list, all while trying to limit the sugary snacks and drinks that are basically feeding the wrong team in your gut.
But you know, it's not just about the food, right? The source is really clear that other things are huge levers too. Moving your body every day, making sleep a real priority, even just eating in sync with your body's natural clock can make a massive difference. And of course, being mindful about unnecessary antibiotics, since they can be like a bomb going off in that internal garden of yours.
Okay, this is all great, but how do you actually start without feeling totally overwhelmed? Well, the source provides a super simple, manageable plan. It's designed for busy people, which, let's face it, is most of us.
Look at how this is broken down. It's all about building momentum. It's not some radical change overnight. Weeks 1 and 2, you start small, like just add 1 fermented food. That's it. Then you build on it, adding more variety. By the end of the 2 months, you're optimizing and you really start to feel those benefits add up. More energy, better sleep, you get the idea.
So if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's this. Just start with one thing. Don't try to change everything all at once. This week, maybe it's just adding yogurt to your breakfast or swapping out chips for a handful of nuts. That's it. What's your one thing gonna be?
And you don't need some fancy, expensive test to know if it's working. Honestly, the best progress markers are the ones you can feel yourself. How's your energy level in the afternoon? Are you sleeping better? Is your digestion, well, more regular? Your body is giving you feedback all the time. You just have to tune in and listen.
This quote from the source's author, Mushkan Kumari, just sums it all up perfectly. This isn't about a quick fix. It's about investing in your future health. And the cool thing is, that investment starts paying off in your daily life pretty much right away.
So, we'll leave you with this final thought. We spend so much time and energy planning for our financial future, right? But what about planning our biological future?
Because in a very real sense, the small habits we build today are exactly that. Thanks for joining this explaining.